Welcome to week 17, the final recap. I gotta say, it's been one hell of a season, and I, for one, can't think of any better guy than Rob Nose to win it. What about you, Mikey the Mad Cow? What were your feelings on this season's champ?
Well, Sugar, I can't agree more. Your ability to play each team at its worst was impeccable. And to keep your lineup healthy when the average age was older than Jesus Cristo himself was miraculous. It was a blessing and a curse to watch as this season unfolded.
I couldn't have said it any better myself, Mad Mikey. But before we go crowning Rob Nose this year's 2022 DNLBD Fantasy Football Champion, I thought it'd be fitting we take a walk down Murderer's Row to see this season's top 10 moments. What do you say, Mad Mikey, for old time's sakes?
Let's moo it, Sugar.
All right, starting off at number 10. The reason for the season, our most beloved segment of each week's weekly recap, the Hot Tot of the Week. And who better to get it started but none other than our first cameo, Brawlin' Barnes.
So please, Sugar Bear, pick me. I mean, I'm on my knees. How desperate can I get?
I'll tell you what, Sugar Bear. She's like a birthday party in a box with all that cake and balloons talk. Number 9 features two old pals talking their way through an unexpected flurry of puntos in Week 12. I'm talking about none other than Brent, Shitshow, and Mr. Unlimited Shay getting worked up like a pair of virgin teenagers staring at a naked woman. Take it away, fellas.
That fumblerooski really put a hurtin' on my squirtin'. But seriously, I'm just thankful and beyond blessed to have this killer hair and some decent puntos for once.
I've been a loser all season, and it really sucks. The cellar dwellers and I are really battling out to see which loser's going to be the champ of the losers.
Cellar
Dwellers unite.
It's Brent's voice for sure. It's uncanny. It's like he's in the room there with you. At number 8, just when you think you're on top of the world, it's a woman who reminds you that no matter what altruistic task you're trying to do for them, they'll shut you down, telling you it's not on brand for them. Well, here they are in all of their horribleness, Maddie and the white trash Rapunzel at numero 8.
Hey, y'all, dark and light beer drinkers. Sorry couldn't be your this week's hot tot, not being on brand and all. Yeah, don't worry about that with me. I'm not even sure what on brand means. I'm just happy to have the word hot used in a sentence when mess doesn't follow it.
Such a shame those broads couldn't have seen the light. I guess they just had too much class to stoop to our upper middle class level. Oh well. Those two wenches would fit in just fine with our number 7 moment. In a fantasy year filled with villainy and plundering, who better to feature than our very own Schneid pirate Jimmy and his insightfully sharp kids.
Dad, how the hell did you lose to Rob Nose? He only scored 130 puntos, and you somehow figured out how to score less. Yeah, Dad, look at your lineup. I don't even know who half these guys are, and the ones I do know are half dead. Arr! Can't disagree with them. What they say is hurtful, but it's also on brand for me. Arr!
Classic Jimmy's kids. Glad to have them make a couple of appearances this season. Number 6. This show was desperate for some new content, and fortunate for us, not all heroes wear capes. I'm talking about you, Mad Mikey. We're all thankful for the break you gave us in 16 and this gem of a clip where you and the other numbers guy give it to Rob Nose for once.
So perplexed at how Rob Nose is doing it that I've invited our official number cruncher and my main man, Mr. Unlimited Shay Milligan, to explain. Take it away, Shay.
There had to be some mathematical equation to explain it all, so I set out to find the solution, and what I found is something truly magical. I started with the number of times he's won the league, and added the number of L's in his name. I took that number and subtracted it from the average age of the players he's drafted. Then I multiplied that number with the ratio of his ballsack droop to his van lift and add the number of times he misspeaks on this weekly recap. The answer comes out to 21. Of course, 21 can be a lucky number on many of our favorite Vegas card tables, but in the alphabet, the number 21 is U, which of course is the shape of a horseshoe. There's more luck up his butt than a guy getting a prostate exam by a unicorn. Back to you, Mikey.
We couldn't have called it any better. Of course, with his first-round draft pick out championship weekend, Rob Nose goes up against a guy who scores less than 80 points. I hope that horseshoe doesn't cause any long-term internal damage up there. Our number 5 moment features Nashville's latest bleach-tip singing trio. Move over, Rascal Flats. It's time for the Doinkers to take over.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for having me on. Go Volts! Last week's loss was like kissing your sister, which is actually something I like to do, so it wasn't all bad. Reminds me of my favorite song. Here, let's sing it, boys. I've got friends in low places when I lose my game. Deuteronomy Stevenson, oh, I got friends like Pittsburgh Steelers.
Gotta thank Zach for some great content this season. I know moving to Nashville was the best decision you ever made, but just like it will never get old telling us about it, it will never get old ragging you about it in the weekly recap. Love you, buddy. Speaking of providing us a lot of wonderful content, at number 4, Greggy and his love for all things binary. Greg unfortunately succumbed to the pressure of the internet and decided to play golf over Aaron Rodgers. Just when you think you should trade in your gal who took you to the dance for a new one, you find out very quickly that behind every hot chick, there's a guy tired of banging her. In Greg's defense, he's currently in Bangkok chasing ladyboys. So let's send it out to Greg to see how he's doing with this disappointing week of being biggest loser once again.
Oh, me so horny. Me love you long time.
Despite his uncertainty in choosing between a couple of Cal QBs, at least it's obvious that bears are Greg's type. To each their own. We love you long time, Greggy, especially when it comes to inadvertently cheating and being stripped of some money. Number 3 is the one-legged kick heard round the world and the controversy it created.
Yeah, sugar baby. So we have all the texts and DMs on this huge story, and I'm going to break them down for you. It starts with Greggy at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, and he was like, oh, hey, is it gonna add insult to injury if I drop Hopkins after he kicked your booty? And Mike was all salty like, no, and you know why? Because kickers are losers, and they don't mean anything to this whole entire universe. And then Greggy was like, not to rub it in your face, loser, but I literally picked up Koo to start earlier in the week. But I got so poop-faced on Saturday night, I forgot. And so when my poor kid Mason woke me up that afternoon, I dropped Koo and picked up Hopkins. And then Mike was like, wait, you cheating bastard. You dropped Koo after he played? And then Sugar was like, oh no, Greggy. Looks like we need to put... All right, I think we've heard enough out of Bad Bunny for a while. A lot of controversy this season. Gotta say it helped this weekly recap become the juggernaut it currently is. And I think we should thank old Bill Titsburg, the previous commish, for leaving some of those loopholes unattended to for that very special reason. Speaking of the commish, it was a tough decision between a clip of him or our last place cellar dweller of the year for the numero 1. But at number 2, still the champion of none, it's Derek and Elizabeth Moss.
Thanks for having me and my good friend Elizabeth Moss, Bad Bunny.
Now, D, you are 2-7, 5 games out of first, on a 3-game losing streak, and your best player is back up to his own backup. How did you dive so deep into this trash of a team?
Well, I think it all goes back to when I was a younger man and made some questionable choices by taking my clothes off at parties and spreading my cheeks and pressing my wiener on the sliding glass doors in order for all to watch.
What a moment. Nothing says award-winning content like wieners and glass doors. Unfortunately, it wasn't good enough to unseat our founding father and the first lady of the DNL Beer Drinkers Fantasy Football League. Here's a very normal interaction from Bill Titsburg and his lovely wife, Mrs. Titsburg.
Hey guys, yeah, Titsburg here. Pretty happy with the week. Pollard went absolutely bananas with 60 puntos for the week. Billy, tell him about the mustache. Tell him how you're growing out your mustache. Oh, this old thing? Well, it's just an eyebrow that came down for a drink of water. Oh, back to you guys.
Great stuff, Mad Mikey. Appreciate you sitting in this week and shooting the fat with me. Now let's end this thing in true recap fashion by sending it out to Big Dog for our hottest tot of the season. Big Dog, what you got for us? Yeah, sugar. I won't waste too much time sending it out to two ladies that need no introduction. These women are what we call the cream of the crop. Ricky Rax and Courtney Combs are this week's hot tots. Welcome to the club.
Hi guys, it is Ricky Rax from Brazzers, the D and LBD Fantasy Football League. This recap is really about recapping the size of these big titties. 44M tits just shoved in your face. Bad Bunny, how are you bad? Let's ditch this football league for now and go have some fun together. Can you come down my rabbit hole, Bad Bunny? Huh? I want you to hide out in my hole. Yes. Oh, tickle me, Bunny. Uh-huh. I want to give a shout out to Rob. Well, no one has luck like that guy. Maybe me and you can be lucky together. What do you say? All right, guys. Well, have a great rest of your season.
Hey there, D and LBD Fantasy Football. Thank you for choosing me as your hot tot of the week. Sugar Bear. I'm so glad you guys had an amazing, sweaty, wet season. I like when all the boys play with the balls out there on the field. And some even like to really go into the red zone, if you know what I mean. So, keep up the good work. And thanks for choosing me to be your host. And you know me, I'm Courtney Combs. I love playing with lots of balls. So come on, guys. You have one duty today, because I know you're in it to win it. So glaze me up a bit. I know there's like 10 or 12 of you. Who's next?
Wow, just when you think you can maybe show your children these videos, there's no way in the world our weekly recap is kid-friendly. Back to you, Sugar. Sugar Bear, out.
Wait, Sugar, it's not the end of this recap just yet. We still got our El Fuego Hombre of the week. And though you may think you know who it is, we still need to give him his credit. So without further ado, let's crown this legend who is known for his ability to keep it up for however long is needed. A real coxman. A guy who's willing to bear it all and has no problem going deep and finishing with some gusto. Here he is, in all of his glory, Mr. Evan Stone.
D and LBD Fantasy Football League. I am your host, Evan Stone. It's time to do that weekly recap video for the Fantasy Football League. And now, I'm hoping you'll enjoy what I have to say about your hot times. So here we go. And behind every beautiful girl, there's some guy that's just tired of banging her. But, you know, you have a female host whose name is Bad Bunny. Now, of course, I wanted to have a chance with her because I really like bunnies a lot. I really love rabbit. Now, I want you to know that I'm behind every one of you really, really close. You guys are the best of the best. I want you to get out there and I want you to win, win, win. And if you fail to win, if you fail to come through, if you fail in this adventure, to win this fantasy football league. You will try harder. I swear to God, you will try harder. And you will congratulate those that have become the winners. Congratulations, DNLBD Fantasy Football.
Whoa, Mad Mikey. What the hell was that all about? I thought you were going to crown our victor, and instead you get us an inspirational speech from a guy who's had more women than our league members have had combined.
Yeah, I figured Evan Stone is the pinnacle of El Fuego Hombres, and no one in this league cares that you won this season on another week where every damn star aligned just so that you could prevail. I, for one, am done with this season and look forward to next when it's not the year of the bear, and instead it's open hunting season on all of you and your furry friends. That's right, baby. Mikey the Mad Cow is coming after you, Sugar Bear, Bad Bunny, and Big Dog.
Bring it! Until next season, Sugar Bear out.